Hey there, quirky people! Today we're going to answer how all the Loki variants look different if they're supposed to be the same person.
Come on. What did you expect?
While Loki continues to build its mystery around the main villain, it has still left us with plenty of unanswered questions. Nobody has revealed how Loki reversed time on that massive pillar in episode 3. We don't know the truth about Miss Minutes yet, and Renslayer still seems to be lying about her connection to the main villain. But at least one major mystery about MCU's sacred timeline has been solved by the latest episode. In the past, we made other videos theorizing that the timekeepers were not real. And Miss Minutes could have been lying about the existence of just one sacred timeline. There had to be multiple timelines for all the different looking variants to exist. You should check out these videos on our channel, because it turns out that we've been right on both counts. The timekeepers did turn out to be fake, mindless androids who were placed in the TVA to maintain a functioning system.
Mindless androids.
In reality, there is a different individual who is running things sitting beyond the end of time. Now this could be anyone. It could be the person called the One, who remains from the comics. It could be Kang.
I am known as Kang, the Conqueror. Welcome to your future.
A King Loki variant, or hell, it could even be Mephisto. Okay, I'm kidding about the last one. But anyway, this video isn't about the main villain.
Just one, really.
It is about why the Loki variants look different from each other if there's just one sacred timeline.
Hello. Which one of us are you?
Initially, when Mobius showed us different looking variants, it didn't make complete sense.
This is a nightmare.
There was a variant that retained his frost giant state. The second variant was a Tour de France winner. Then came the monstrous hulking variant of Loki.
That's how it feels!
I'm just a huge fan of the sport.
Number 4 was the trickster Loki variant who showed up in the Void as well. Mobius also showed us a Viking Loki, and then we came across Lady Loki, along with all other Loki variants in the Void. Now clearly, all these Loki variants look different from each other. Hell, we've even got the cutest little alligator Loki who is an absolute savage. Besides their looks, all these Lokis had variations in their powers and abilities as well. So it almost seemed like a plot hole if there was just one sacred timeline where Loki looked like Tom Hiddleston. I mean, where did these different looking Lokis come from?
Come on. What did you expect?
We pointed out that there should be multiple other timelines existing besides the sacred timeline. Obviously, all these Lokis couldn't have originated from the same timeline as variant L1130. That wouldn't have made sense at all. And now it is Richard E. Grant's classic Loki who has clarified things. He has given us the proper explanation for how MCU's multiverse works, and how several timelines exist simultaneously within one sacred timeline. The basic notion of a multiverse is that there are infinite universes, and different versions of every single being could exist in these universes. So these infinite universes, aka timelines, also existed separately within the MCU. But apparently, what Miss Minutes told us could be true after all.
Timelines battled each other for supremacy, nearly resulting in the total destruction of them.
There could have been a multiversal war where these timelines fought each other for supremacy. And the real timekeepers, or maybe someone else, could have taken these timelines and intertwined them into one. The mixing of timelines didn't create just one single timeline, but it created one single narrative for all timelines.
On the wrong leaf. You ever seen a branch like that?
So multiple timelines still exist, but they are all following the same story. And this narrative is being run by whoever is sitting at the end of time beyond the void.
See? He's on board.
Take a closer look at this shot. You'd see that different timelines were twisted to revolve around a single direction. This twisting of timelines shows sacred realities which look quite thick. But there are multiple individual strands which still run individually in this single timeline narrative. These strands represent different realities, where the same version of all characters look different from each other.
Yeah, baby!
They could even be of the opposite gender, just as Loki and Sylvie are. But apparently, all these timelines are supposed to follow the same sacred narrative that was written for them. Their paths cannot differ from what has been written for them. Right when they do something that they aren't supposed to do, a Nexus event gets created and the TVA takes them away to prune them. This has been proven by classic Loki's backstory. He confirmed that he was from a different timeline, which had the same story as we've seen in the MCU till now. But in his story, he didn't attack Thanos. Instead, he conjured an illusion which only showed that he attacked Thanos. Thanos killed his illusion and everyone believed that he died. But in reality, he escaped. He hit his space debris and kept floating in the cosmos until he landed on an isolated planet. While he was on a different planet, Infinity War and Endgame would have occurred similarly in his timeline because he was out of the story. But as he decided to step away from his isolated planet, the TVA saw a branch growing and they pruned him. This proves that all the infinite timelines in the multiverse have been twisted to follow one single narrative. The notion behind this is that if all the timelines will follow the same path and the same story, they won't be fighting each other. Thus the multiverse will be safe as we won't have a multiversal war. But it seems that by the end of Loki Season 1, these timelines will diverge from their sacred narrative. They won't be following the same story anymore. And that's how we'll get a multiverse where different universes have different narratives. One of those universes could involve Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. The other could be the one with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. The third could be Sony Pictures' universe of Marvel characters. Fourth could be Fox's Fantastic Four universe. And this is how the MCU would connect all the different Marvel universes. All of them might originate from the first season of Loki, and that's just insane. And this separation of all timelines from their particular narrative could initiate the Multiverse of Madness. After that, it could finally lead us into MCU's big Secret Wars event. These last 2 episodes of Loki have really made this series extremely important for the future of the MCU. And now, we just can't wait for the finale and the second season of Loki. So do you finally understand the sacred timeline and how MCU's multiverse works? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun videos on our channel.
This is a nightmare.
Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!